Nice.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I need to find the input computer. There was a thing with the input computer, right? Like...
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Yes. We're all about the bucket. I love the balloons everywhere,
Stanley
too.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
I wish there was like a checklist you could check to see how many endings you got or something. Like a stats sheet somewhere in the menus. Because we got a lot of endings.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nope.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Wonder if like you have a card that's possible to open this door. I never found a card of any kind. But like I wonder if it's possible. I also think there's got to be something down there. I just can't get to it.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do. Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I believe there are path trees made by people. Interesting. Also, welcome back, Iki.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here. Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Dark room? It's not dark at all. I mean, sure, but like, would it be spoilery though? Like some of the endings, are they gonna like just by their name, are they gonna spoil? Oh, the dark room. Okay, I see. That's a dark room.
Now pick up the phone, said the bucket. Pick up the phone and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
It's all about the narration?
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
(427B), I love it. Oh, it's a lovely apartment. Look at that. That's all right. I mean, this needs like an improvement because it's a very, very tiny kitchen. Also, oh no, there is a TV. It's right there. Okay. Oh, the bucket. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press triangle to take me to work with you. Do I have to? Guess so.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Where is it though? Where's the input computer? There's the bucket. Take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Not really, it's all about the narration. Because it's one of those where different endings can be found. I'm not seeing the narration or experiencing the narration. What do you, so you mean like if you were to list them, then it wouldn't be spoilery? If so, then that's fine, I guess.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
I will not listen to you. This is my bucket. Don't listen to the loud man. Press square for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Is it really yours? I mean, true, I could have kidnapped the bucket. Press X to ignore anyone in your life except for me.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
It does have a nice shine to it, right? That's what's so attractive. It's the shine. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley?
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
It's the curves, man. True. Yeah, exactly. I never took orders from the narrator. That's true. I never did. Press to relive the same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
To go home to work, to home to work, to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings. The bucket.
Oh no!
No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Oh my God. Are we gonna have sexy time with the bucket? Reminds you of one SCP. Reminds me of one of SCP-2. I don't know all of them, but like, reminds me of some of them from Control.
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give
Nope.
it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
I think Bucket Cult is more likely. Go back to work, Stanley. Oh my God. The narrator got crazy. Well, it's not a bucket tonight. It's a... Oh my God, motivation. True, that's what it was.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Where's the, like, I don't see the input computer anymore. It's gotta be in a different room, right? It's gotta be like in a different area that has computers. Wait. The bucket. Where's the bucket?
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
It's very true.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Let's think about the places to the right. I think we've seen every places to the right. Yeah, we did. Let's go left. How we can find them. Trust the completionist instinct. Oh, that's me. Why wouldn't you just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless, to be honest. Weird spinning figurine. Artist rendering. Ideas. Sub 1 in cargo room. Employee 421 building a bridge. Do we need contracts for them? Potential liability. How many are there? 6. Why floating? Dreams? Training exercise? Magnets? I mean, honestly, magnets, how do they work? Our quarterly success? Magic? But I mean, obviously magic. Maybe we are the collectibles. Maybe we are. To whom it may concern, I managed to pick up sounds unusual to our regular office ambiances or local audio sources using an array of cardioid microphones. Analysis of the recordings allow me to triangulate the source of the strange noise. Data shows that, in all likelihood, it's coming from a dark area behind a very warm place. I also picked up that looks to be reverberance of a porcelain surface. Wouldn't you, anyone have any leads? Wouldn't you like to know? Source of levitation? I love the bottom text there. You can unplug the phone? Small floating objects may have appeared. You can tell you've spotted one. What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? Who took these pictures of them? True. Also, there's one in the lounge. Bullet clues provided by employee 416. We can do it. Red room. The bathroom, the executive bathroom. Please do not leave the office before reporting back of any new findings. Help! Help! I'm gonna post it. Love it. There will be a reward for finding them all. Lies. Stop kidding yourselves. I want them so much. I want to go home. Mission set is inside of a sequel exhibit. A large room, lots of boxes. Stairs. Something to do with stairs. Somewhere both red and blue. I remember this. There were like 2 doors and like they had 2 different colors. Nearby a fireplace. Private but smelly place for an important person. Warehouse access plant. Produce a plank to allow use of access past fence. Construct bridge to allow collection of shiny float. We got this. Retrieve Chris's remains from warehouse floor. Oh no! Wait, Chris got out of the broom closet and fell all the way down? Construct new structurally sound bridge. Oh my god. The original bridge, it killed him.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. don't hand over the bucket.
I
know
never.
how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons. But even
I know
this
you
is
haven't.
worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together.
So
Go
many.
through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket.
We
as they
once
have
fell into
changed and
like a
evolved
never-ending
over the
hole.
years. Let him have it.
I'm not leaving.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship
It's my
to broom
bucket
closets
now.
in the
There's my name
natural
on
order of things.
Yes.
All
It
right,
is-
I've
it
got
is
a
mine
second
now.
sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Right. I mean, this is perfect. Now I know for sure this is a bucket. That's what it looks like.
You
And
know
it's
what?
also the
I
property
could
of Stanley.
take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Just leave for real? Oh, he doesn't say anything anymore. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Nope. Downstairs we go. Oh, the red room.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I
Stanlerines.
like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
That sounds so bad. It sounds way worse.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was
Oh, it's the same
crazy.
ending. He doesn't
And
change.
then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all.
Return this
That's
gaze.
strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort.
Yeah,
And
mini
that's when
stands is
Stanley
better.
realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience
Oh, my
without the
bucket!
psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. and now he felt himself floating off the ground. "Oh, gracious," he exclaimed. "Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it." Far off in the distance now, he heard it calling to him. "Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket." Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket. "Come to me, Stanley. Find me." He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
The real bucket was inside of us all along, guys. And apparently it hurts.
Of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, this again.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her
so
bucket
good.
of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course, he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him.
If only.
Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
She backflipped all the way to work? Because of course she did. Holding a bucket, mind you, too. Oh.
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
I know, right? I got
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to
the
his
bucketless
chest
one first.
and entered the door
Thankfully.
on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the phone and unplugging it.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or
Yeah, the
how
office
this
has
bucket
appeared.
was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Oh, I wonder what happens if I jump down with the bucket, too. We'll do that afterwards.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Wait, what?
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work?
How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper.
Ow.
If you've
The
ever
question was,
told a
ow.
joke or made
The answer is
someone
yes.
laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name.
Hey,
Next,
Dragoon, what's
provide
up?
a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
Oh my god, dude. This is so dumb.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy.
Right.
Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all.
Tripled over
Just
in
remember to
laughter.
let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Right. So this turned into
This video is a little outdated,
Starship
isn't it?
Trooper.
Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Oh, I can just leave? Oh my god. Dragoon! Oh my god, Dragoon. Well, I mean, first of all, let me give you some bamboos. Right? Because you haven't gotten bamboos yet. You can play some of the games that we have in chat now. And also, Dragoon, I'd love to hear your answer to the question of the day. What is your favorite kind of coffee/tea? That's weird that I can just leave. Usually it's a one-way path.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll
Wait,
be in
there's
stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The
Yeah, there's
king
like a
of
fence
comedy.
around.
That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Oh, there's no thing anymore here. I can't, like, you can't just go. Interesting. Oh, I'm missing a sticker on my bucket. Look at that. Oh, true. True. Now we don't know it's a bucket anymore. There's no sticker on it.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Oh?
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land, or not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake.
It
I've made a
doesn't,
fool
though.
of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again.
Oh no, for real?
Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Oh, so I need to take the door to the left now.
You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
It just repeats otherwise. Right?
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
You couldn't go down anymore.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley.
Wait, I've never gotten an ending
I heard
with
that you are pale in shame
credits.
over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal, I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional...
Oh, it
videos.
is? Okay.
That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
But I mean, like, I've gotten endings before, but it never had, like, credits before. So if so, I'm wondering, like, what happens? Like, is it just... Did I not get any ending before then? Because I thought, like, every time you would, like, the game kind of restarted here from the beginning, it meant that you had reached an ending. Like when you fall down the pit, for example.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together,
I never followed all the
would be
rules.
perfectly fine with him.
That's probably what happened. I never did follow all the rules. I never did follow all the way to the narrator the entire time.
Stanley
I always
clutched
do the
bucket
opposite.
tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him.
Well, I mean, not the
telling
opposite,
him
but like mess
that the
around with him a
employee
lot.
lounge was simply the place to be.
I want to
And
try
here it
something.
was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley
I want
took
to see
the
what
door on his
happens
left
if
to
I
go back to the meeting room,
go here.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes, good.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Oh my god. Oh, it's dumb. I never had this one before. That's kind of funny. I wish every single ending had a trophy. That way I could see like all the ones I got. And you got some ramen with the misses but love your faces. Oh, thank you so much, Willie. I love your face. Thank you. Guys, if you want to do me a favor, like a huge favor, go and give Willie a follow if you don't know who Willie is. He's super close to 1,000 followers. He's going to do something really cool when he gets to 1,000, I'm sure. And we've been trying to get him to 1,000. It would have been super nice. So if you haven't gotten him a follow yet, now's the time. If you want to follow an awesome streamer, also Canadian, also bearded, probably the friendliest person on Twitch, please follow Willie. Mission completed. Nice. Very nice.